Hey everyone, it's Deacon082, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Crystal version Nuzlocke. In the last episode, we defeated the Wise Trio, and we have gained access to the Tin Tower, east of Blackthorn City. Well, northeast. And inside the Tin Tower, we have a legendary Pokemon that is said to roost here. Now, the one it's actually talking about on the sign is not the one we're going to be encountering. But for this battle, I have Suicune up front, with others in the waiting. This is a very tough battle. So, here we go. There's Raikou. There's Entei. And right in front of us is Suicune. And here we go. It's the first legendary battle of the Let's Play. It's against Suicune at level 40. At level 40, this Suicune will know the moves Leer, Bubble Beam, Rain Dance, and Gust. Gust could hurt Suicune, but besides that, there's really nothing it can do. So I'm going to poison it. Also, this is a wild Pokemon, so it has absolutely no reason to use Gust. It's completely random what it uses. It's still gonna hurt, though. So, I have Razor Leaf. Suicune is a pure water type, as you can see by its stats. Legendary range, very high. It learns some good moves on level up later on, like Hydro Pump, Aurora Beam. A lot of good moves it can use. If you're trying to actually capture it, do not poison it. Because being a legendary, it's very hard to catch. If you were throwing an Ultra Ball at this range, you'd still have a very low chance to catch it. But if you're just trying to feint it like I am in this run, then it's really not much of a challenge if you have a grass or electric type. It's probably easier with an electric type. But Suicune goes down. That was kind of anticlimactic. It was pretty easy. But after defeating or capturing Suicune, everybody comes back in. We're greeted by Ucine. Awesome! Too awesome even! I've never seen a battle that great. That was truly inspiring to see. Suicune was tough, but you were even more incredible, Deacon. I heard Suicune's mystic powers summons a rainbow-colored Pokemon. Maybe, just maybe, what went on today will cause that Pokemon to appear. I'm going to study the legends more. Thanks for showing me that fantastic battle. Later, Deacon. So the Wise Trio, afterwards, they'll tell you many things about Suicune. And the other legendary Pokemon that appears here is the bird Ho-Oh. But in order to get Ho-Oh, you have to catch all three of the other legendary beasts, which we'll be unable to do in this run. But, oh well, I have some more material for you guys. And I don't know why I'm going out of the Tin Tower here when I could have just flown from over there. So, we're going to progress on. We have 7 badges, and the final badge is in the city to the east of Mahogany Town. So I just went and healed up really quick, and after you defeat all the stuff at the radio tower, you can go back in the shop, and it's actually a real shop now. You can buy all kinds of stuff. Nothing really useful for us because they don't have any Pokeballs. And also, we can finally leave Mahogany Town to the east on Route 44. New route, new Pokemon encounters. Up here we have a berry tree, where we can get a burnt berry, which cures frozen Pokemon. Down here we have a Mats Repel. I think I'm actually going to pick that up. And we get this Mats Repel, which makes wild Pokemon unable to appear for 250 steps, which is a lot. So the new Pokemon on this route, there's a grass patch, but the grass patch is actually hidden inside here on the route. It's hidden in here with a Mats Revive, which we're going to toss. But there are 2 new Pokemon on this route. If you're here in the daytime, you can find Lickitung and Tangela. And maybe we can find one of those, because they're actually the 2 most common on the route. Nope, we get a Bellsprout. But anyway, we'll go first with Lickitung, since it's the most common. Lickitung is a normal type. It's pretty slow It's got a lot of HP. It's not really good by any means, so I don't recommend it. It's common though. Its moves aren't very good, its stats aren't very good. Don't get it. And then you have Tangela, a grass type with a ton of defense, as we faint this Bellsprout. But that's really all Tangela has going for it too. Its defense is high, but its moves suck and the rest of its stats suck. So I'm not going to get it either. We're going to avoid the majority of these trainers, if I remember how. I believe there's another item up here. Yes, there is. And we get an Ultra Ball, which would come in handy if we could actually capture anything. Not bad, not bad. We can avoid all of these trainers and proceed on to Route 44. That's where we already are. The Ice Path is ahead. And Ice Path is just what you'd expect it to be. Icy and a path, obviously. We're going to use a Max Repel because there are several new Pokemon in here, all of which are Ice type. But the one I'm looking for, in particular, occurs only on the lower floors, and it gets more common the farther you go down, so I'm going to hold off on that. There are many ice puzzles in here, and this first one gives a lot of people trouble, but it's really not too bad. I'm going to see if I can do it here first try. And yeah, it's really not too bad. The second one sometimes gives me even more trouble, and I'm not quite sure why. This one's really short, and at the end of it, we have HM07, which teaches the move Waterfall. I believe it's the only HM move in the games that's out in the open for, like, the item ball for it. So it makes it interesting. We can't use it yet, so I'll just be holding it in here. And on the second floor, we now have a 1% chance of finding the two new Pokemon in here. One during the daytime and one during the night. There's also a boulder puzzle, and I'm going to talk about the new Pokemon while we do this boulder puzzle if I can figure out who has strength. Okay. In the daytime, you have a 40% chance of finding Swinub, an ice ground type. We've seen it before in the gym, and it's a pretty good Pokemon. It's not that great. It gets a lot better later on. But Ice and Ground, two very good attacking types. It can learn moves like Earthquake and Blizzard, which makes it really good. It's slow. It evolves into Piloswine, where it has a lot of HP, a lot of attack, and it's not bad. If you can get one, it wouldn't be the worst thing. I personally like it. If you come in the nighttime instead, you have a 40% chance of finding Delibird, which is an ice flying type, and don't get one of these. It knows one move by leveling up, and that move is Present. And if you don't know what Present does, it has a chance of doing either 40 damage, 40 power damage, 80 power damage, 100 power damage, well, 120, or fully healing the opponent. Well, not fully healing, but pretty much fully healing. You actually only have to move one of these boulders to finish the puzzle. And on this floor, you now have a 10% chance of finding the two Pokemon I'm going for. It's currently daytime, so we'll be going for Jinx, an ice psychic type. I've talked about it several times. It's got good special attack, good special defense, good speed. It's the best ice type you can get in the game. And in the nighttime, you have a 10% chance of catching Sneasel, one of my personal favorites. Sneasel's a dark ice type. It's really not too bad. And we end up with a Zubat in here. And I'm going to just run away from it because I don't want to fight it. I said Sneasel was bad. It's not really that bad. But it's gonna have to rely on moves like Slash and stuff because its physical attack is really high compared to its special attack. Down here we have an item. It's TM44, which teaches Rest, which we've already seen what it does because I have it on Andy. And you're probably wondering how I'm getting through these boulder puzzles, not these boulder puzzles, but these ice puzzles so fast. It's because this is actually the second time I had to record this. The first time I actually caught a Swinub instead of a Zubat. So I guess I could go catch myself a Swinub, but I don't feel like it. I probably wouldn't use it anyway, even though an ice type would come in handy for what's coming up later. And I'm just making my way through these ice puzzles really fast. We have a protein up here. Now we have a Carbos, Iron, and Protein. 3 different stat boosting items. Down here we have a PP up. So they're just loading us up with good items. I guess it's getting to be that time in the game. And we get out of Ice Path. And we go straight to Blackthorn City. There are several attractions in Blackthorn City. In this first house, we have an endgame trade, where if we have a female Dragonair, we can get a Dodrio. But I'm just saying, Dodrio's a lot easier to get than a female Dragonair would be. Down here next to the Pokemart, we have the Move Deleter's house. And he can make Pokemon forget moves. This comes in handy for HM moves that you can't delete otherwise. So I'm going to take this opportunity to delete Cut from Subito because we will not be needing it ever again. And if we ever do need it, we can just teach it back. And return here to get it removed. Well, Blackthorn City has a gym in the north part of town, and this is the 8th and final gym. You can also surf for some new Pokemon, but I think you're just going to get Magikarps. And over here we have Santos. It's Saturday. I'm Santos of Saturday. You can have this. And we would receive a spell tag if the item pocket wasn't full. So I'm going to take this opportunity to give a lot of these items. We're going to boost Austin's speed. We're going to boost Subito's defense. And we're going to boost Andy's attack, because they're all pretty high. We'll save the PP up for later. And here we get the spell tag. The spell tag boosts the power of ghost type moves. So if we ever teach Shadow Ball, I'll give it to him. But there really aren't many good ghost type moves worthy of using it on. So we're here in Blackthorn City. This episode seems like it's running really short. It was going to be about 16 minutes, but I made it through Ice Path about 3 minutes faster on my second try of recording. So, I think we'll head south really quick. Hopefully I can fit in the episode. This is Route 45. Over here we have another entrance to Dark Cave, where we can find more new Pokemon. But down here we have grass. And there are 2 new Pokemon here in the daytime and morning. And this is not one of them, this is Graveler. I can't remember if we have one of these yet. I don't think we do, actually. So I'll try to catch it. The new Pokemon here, you have Gligar, a ground flying type, which is really cool, I think. It's got pretty good stats, even though it doesn't look it. It doesn't evolve, but it's pretty good. It's a flying type that resists electric moves, so that's pretty useful. The other new Pokemon, it's rare, but it's the best one you can get here easily. It's Skarmory, a steel flying type, and it's pretty powerful defensively, and that's kind of an understatement. And we kill this Graveler. Skarmory has insane defense, only a few weaknesses, but they're all on the special side. Its attacking options aren't very good, but you can do a lot with it. Now, Route 45 takes 2, maybe 3 times through it to get everything, so we're going to save that for later, maybe even do it off screen, because that's really all there is to show on this route. So we'll head up here to the Blackthorn City Gym, and we'll be challenging it in the next episode. The leader is Claire, the blessed user of Dragon Pokemon. And this is actually going to be a pretty tough gym, so I'm going to do a lot of training off screen to get up to the level cap before the next episode. And I will see you guys in the next episode. This has been Deacon082 with Pokemon Crystal version Nuzlocke, and so long until next time.